Hold on. I actually got everybody's statement from that night. Hold on. Here we go. Boom. Here we go. Let's get to it. Oh, buddy, you just got a matter of time, brother. You just got a matter of time. Here goes this Gaddafi statement right here. Wait, where's the top page at? I think this is him right here, right? Fula. That's his name, right? Could you tell which arm was? Can you tell which arm it was, left or right? No. Is there anything about his car you can tell me that's going to help us out at all? No. Besides, it was a caddy, white. Would you be able to recognize anybody that was in the car? The driver. Driver? You got a close enough look at him? Was it about him? What was it about him that you recall? Brown skin, light skin, but not my light, not as light as me. Okay. Did he have any facial hair? Yeah. What? A little bit, a little mustache. I think his head was bald and he had a cap. You know what? Before I go further, did y'all just hear Reggie say he had a gun? Didn't y'all hear Reggie say he had a gun, but he told everybody else not to have a gun, right? Because they needed to get the license. Reggie just said he had a gun. I'm going to play that back in a minute. I'm going to put it on the screen, right? All right. Brown skin, light skin, but not my light. Not as light as me. Okay. Did he have any facial hair? Yeah, what? A little bit. A little mustache. I think his head was bald and he had a cap. He wasn't wearing a cap. Wait, a little bit, a little mustache. I think his head was bald and he had a cap. He was wearing a cap. What kind of cap? A white hat. Now that's something that Keefy D never said, y'all. Keefy D never said that. A baseball cap? Yeah. Could you tell what kind of shirt he was wearing? Was he wearing glasses? No. Is there anything else about this guy that's distinguishable? No. Besides, he looked like a bitch. I'm sorry? He looked like a bitch. Why do you say that? Because he looks soft in the face. Anything else you can think about this guy? Nope. Nothing else. Is there anything else you can add to the statement? No. This statement is concluded, same date, 2:30 a.m., same people present. I read this statement consisting of 8 pages and affirm to the truth and accuracy of the facts contained herein. This voluntary statement was completed at Harmon and Las Vegas Boulevard, South, on the 8th day of September, 1996 at 2300 hours. That's the day Pac got shot, right? His pages was 8 pages. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so his page started here. Fula. So there was just one gun as far as you could tell. Yeah. Could you tell what kind of gun it was? No. Could you tell what color it was? Black. You couldn't tell if it was a revolver or automatic? An automatic. Automatic? You're certain of that? Uh-huh. What makes you certain of that? Because I seen it. And you think it was the driver shooting? Either the driver or someone shooting from the back out of the window, out of the front window. Either the driver or someone shooting from the back out the front window. Could you see the arm of the shooter? Look dark. When you say dark skin, or when you say dark skin, or what? Yeah, dark skin. Okay. It wasn't a fair skin. Huh? Could you tell which arm it was, left or right? No. Is there anything about this card? Yeah, I read all that. Now let me go. Yeah, I got all these. These are all mixed up. I don't have them in the proper order the way I just pulled them up. But let's see. All right. Who is this? The following witness declined to give a statement to Detective Franks. Ingrid John, she didn't want to give a statement. We'll only say she heard several gunshots. The other girl, Tanesha, who is this? This girl name is Lauren. Third, use third person, include what? Oh, okay, I ain't got shit. All right, statement from Lauren. This page 2. Let me see if I can find page 1. Page 2. Shelayne, page 3. Ingrid, page 2. Ingrid, page 3. I got all these statements. See, and this one is Yafula, page 2. Page 3. This is page 4. Gaddafi. All right, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna read them all. They might be out of sequence, and I'm not gonna make y'all sit here while I put them in sequence. So I'm just gonna read through all of them, and just know that they out of order. All right, page 2 for Lauren, witness. Related that on Friday, 9/6/96, she went to Las Vegas with her friends Shelayne, Ingrid, Tanesha. They traveled to Las Vegas in a rented convertible Chrysler Green. On Friday night, they stayed at the Luxor Hotel. Now, that's the hotel that Pac stayed in. On Saturday, they went to the mall where they ate lunch. That afternoon, they moved to another hotel, but cannot remember the name. Their plan on Saturday night was to go to the MGM, but not to attend the Tyson fight. Blank recalled that they arrived at the MGM during or right after the fight due to heavy traffic congestion. While at the MGM, the four stayed together. They walked around the casino where they ran into some friends. After leaving the MGM, it was their plan to attend one of the several after parties. They walked to their car where Hart sat in the back on the driver's side. Initially, Shelayne, the driver, wanted to go to another hotel and find a friend. Hart recalled that they argue amongst themselves about where to go. Witness first saw Suge Knight on the strip, and the girls agreed to follow them to 662 Club. According to Blank, you see they retracted the name out. They blacked these people name out. According to Blank, they had turned onto a side street and stopped at a red light. Shelayne and Ingrid were going to switch seats when they heard pow, pow in the series. At first, she thought firecrackers, but realized it was gunfire. They dug down, or Blank dug down, and it seemed like the shots were going over her head as the convertible top was down. Shelayne drove off, almost hitting a white car, which Blank thought was a Lincoln Continental. The white car, which was on their right passenger side, swerved to avoid hitting them. The witness, Blank, stated that the white car was to their right and in front of them, so she was able to see the car was possibly a rental. Blank thinks the shooting came from the driving side of the white car and that there was 4 occupants. As Shelayne turned right onto a side street, the white car sped past on the left at a high rate of speed. Witness Blank assumed that the occupants of the white car were black or dark-skinned. After the incident, Shelayne stopped the car. Ingrid took over driving. Blank wanted to return to the hotel, but first they drove back to where the shooting occurred. They talked to the police, and Shelayne told the police they were witnesses. It was when they returned that they learned that Suge and Tupac were the victims. And that's from this Shelayne statement form. This Shelayne, page 2. And she says 9/6/96. She along with her friends. Wait. So Gaddafi gave his statement 2 days later, because they said September 8th, he gave his statement. So she, along with her friend Ingrid, Doobie, Tanesha, and Lauren, drove to Las Vegas, Nevada in a rented Sebring, green in color. The girls planned on attending the Mike Tyson fight, which was scheduled for Saturday night, 9/7/96. Oh, okay. All right. So So Kadafi got interviewed that same night because the fight was 9/7. Then he got interviewed at 2:30 in the morning. That would make it 9/8. So that was all the same night. All right. Witness, along with her friends, arrived in Vegas when they checked into the Luxor Hotel. According to Blank, Friday night was uneventful and they remained at the hotel. On Saturday morning, Blank contacted her boyfriend since breaking up, Sidney Blank, a male, black, 29 years, Cleveland, Ohio, who was to help with the hotel payment. They argue over money after which Blank, her friends checked out of the Luxor. While checking out, T, Blank and her friends met some other men and decided to go to lunch. According to Blank, about 20 people went to lunch at the Planet Hollywood restaurant. Following the lunch, they shopped on the strip before checking into the Rio. Blank has not seen these men since. That evening, Blank and her friends got dressed and drove to the MGM. Upon arrival, the Tyson fight was going on and had just ended. The 4 stayed together and went to Betty Boop Lounge. After leaving the MGM, Blank planned to meet up with another friend, Stanley, and at the Flamingo, then go to the party at Shark's nightclub. They walked over to their car, which was parked across from the MGM. Blank indicated that she was driving from a side street and was talking on the cell phone. The traffic was extremely heavy. As she got to the strip near the Luxor, her friend Lauren saw Suge Knight. Blank looked at looked and saw Suge Knight and Tupac standing next to the car. There were police checking Suge's car. Suge asked the girls to follow them to 662 Club. This is what I was telling y'all about. That a lot of people leave out. Through these statements, you see that police pulled Suge and Pac over, right? Right before they got shot. So they searched their car to make sure they ain't had no guns. And then as they pull up to the light, the motherfucking, here come the hit, right? There were police checking Suge's car. Suge asked the girls to follow them to 662 Club. Blank stated she began to follow Suge's car. As she followed, a dark-colored Lexus pulled up and told Blank to let them into the caravan. Turner assumed that they were security. Blank stated she began to follow Suge's car. As she followed, a dark-colored Lexus pulled up. I wonder if that was low MB in them. As she followed, the dark-colored Lexus pulled up and told Blank to let them into the caravan. Blank assumed they were security. Blank stated the caravan made a turn onto a side street because they were driving slow. Because they were driving slow. They decided to pass up the caravan and drive on to 662 Club. They came to a red light and stopped. No, they came to a red stoplight. Doobie, Ingrid, Blank wanted to drive. So Blank put the car in park and was preparing to switch places when Doobie in the right front, according to Blank, she was stopped second car back behind a van in the center of the 3 lanes. The car containing Suge was stopped to their left in the center lane and behind them. As Blank prepared to switch seats, she heard the gunshots from behind her. She ducked while Doobie yelled at her to drive. Doobie reached over and put the car in drive. Blank recalls accelerating and turning right. As she drove, Blank saw a white Cadillac behind her also turn right onto the same street. Blank thought the occupants of the white Cadillac may have been shooting from the sides of the car. As the white Cadillac sped past, Blank could see the front seat passenger, which would be Keefy D. If it was Keefy D, could see the front seat passenger leaning to his right, looking back towards the area of Suge's car. This person had a gun in his left hand and was shooting back towards the intersection. Wouldn't that be Keefy D if Keefy D was in the car? Because Keefy D said he was in the shotgun. He was riding in the passenger side. This person had a gun in his left hand and shooting backwards towards the intersection. Remember, they said Buntry car got shot up. Niggas shot back at Buntry. Remember that, right? Blank could not determine what type of gun it was, but she reported hearing metal bounce off of the pavement. The white Cadillac drove past them on the driver's side at a high rate and sped and continued straight. Now, didn't Keefy D tell us some niggas shot out their fucking windshield? Y'all remember that Keefy D telling the story? That the girls started following them and they shot their windshield out? These girls don't ever say their car got shot. After the white Cadillac passed, Blank looked back and saw a male black, 6'4" to 6'5", muscular, wearing all black clothes. This individual was standing adjacent to Suge's car and was waving a handgun. Blank is unsure if this person shot. Following the shooting, Blank and her friends drove around the block and returned to the scene where she was told arriving police that they had witnessed the shooting. Blank stated that she saw only 2 people in the white Cadillac. Now, some people seen 4 people, some people seen 2 people. Blake stated that she saw only 2 people in the white Cadillac, although there may have been additional occupants crouching down in the back seat. Witness Blank described the white Cadillac as a 4-door late model, nice. The windows were not tinted. Turner felt the Cadillac had Nevada rare license plates with possible numbers 647. And these niggas talking about they rented the fucking car in Compton. Which don't mean nothing because, you know, rental car places have all kinds of states from different places. But whatever. The windows were not tinted. Turner felt the Cadillac had Nevada rear license plates with the possible number 647. The person Blank saw seated right front passenger was described as a male black, light brown skin, short hair, cut low, in his 20s, possible late 20s. Witness Blank indicated that her friend Tanesha Blank saw one of the men in the Cadillac and could possibly make identification. Why didn't these motherfuckers get a composite sketch of the shooter that night from these girls? Keefy D is not light brown skin, y'all. If he was the passenger, he is not light skinned, bro. The person Blank saw seated right front passenger was described as a male, black, light-skinned, brown-skinned, short hair, cut low, in his 20s, possible late 20s. We all was 20 back then. Witness Blank indicated that her friend Tanesha Blank saw one of the men in a white Cadillac and could possibly make the identification. Now, this is Ingrid. Witness Blank stated that on 9/6/96, she accompanied her friends Shelayne, Tanesha, and Lauren to Las Vegas. They traveled in a rented convertible Sebring. Blank indicated that on Friday night, they stayed at the Luxor Hotel. Blank did some gambling, but the girls had a quiet evening. On Saturday, the girls awoke, dressed, and went to a mall where they ate at the Planet Hollywood restaurant. They ate with about 20 people they had met earlier at the Luxor. According to Blank, her friend Shelayne had an argument with her boyfriend, and the girls switched from the Luxor to the Rio. Their room at the Rio was in Shelayne's name and was comped. According to Blank, they had planned to go to the fight at the MGM that night, but by the time they had dressed and driven to the MGM, the fight was over. Blank indicated that the girls walked around and Blank indicated that the girls walked around and tried, due to the large crowd, to stay together. Upon leaving the MGM, their plan was to go to the Flamingo Hotel and find Shelayne's friend Stanley so Shelayne could get some money. After that, they wanted to attend a fight after party at Shark's restaurant. As they drove from their parking lot across from the MGM onto the strip, one of the girls saw Suge and stopped in the middle of the strip being harassed by police. Wait, one of the girls saw Suge stopped in the middle of the strip being harassed by police. Blank stated she didn't recognize Suge. She had met him once at a club in LA in 1992 at first. She didn't recognize Suge at first, but she had met him at a club in LA in 1992. They passed Suge's car in traffic. Then Suge's car caught up to them. Lauren told Shelayne, stop, let me talk to Suge. They talked about going to Suge's club 662, and Suge told them to get behind us. Blank indicated that she argued with Shelayne about where they were going, but Shelayne joined the caravan following Suge. They made a turn onto a side street. They made a turn onto a side street where Ingrid told Shelayne that she was driving too slow. They came to a red light and stopped. Suge's car was to their left and about one car behind. According to Ingrid, Shelayne had put the car in park and they were preparing to switch places when she heard the shooting behind them. Ingrid ducked and yelled at Shelayne, drive off, drive. According to Ingrid, Shelayne had put the car in park and they were preparing to switch places where she heard the shooting behind them. Ingrid ducked and yelled at Shelayne, drive off, drive off. Ingrid reached over and put the car in drive. Then Shelayne turned to the right and accelerated from the intersection. According to Ingrid, Shelayne almost hit a white car as she was making the turn. Ingrid claims that she was ducking and only saw a small portion of the white car and could not determine the make or number of the occupants. After they made the turn, she saw the white car speeding straight away from them. Again, she claimed that she was unable to determine the make or model of the car. Ingrid estimated hearing about 20 gunshots during the incident. Ingrid recalled that Tanesha was seated in the back, did not put her head down, and possibly saw more of the incident. Ingrid had recently spent time with Tanesha, who is now living in Atlanta, Georgia. Ingrid is also moving to Georgia in the near future. Okay, so now this is Fuller's statement. This is Kadafi, right? Why they got this nigga address up here? They fucking detracted everybody else's address. Okay, hold on a second. Let me put my phone back on the charger. Shit died. Okay, Mr. Fuller, are you related to Mr. Shakur? Yes. Okay, what's your relation to him? Brother. He is your brother? Yes. Okay, have you been with him all day? Yes. Were you at the fight with him? What fight? The MGM. The Tyson fight? Right. Yeah. Okay, at any time, was there any problem with your group? Anybody come up and give you guys a hard time? No. No fights involved in your group? Not? No. No. Except for autographs and shit, but that's regular. Well, that's normal stuff though? Yeah. Has your brother received any threats recently? No. Do you have any idea why someone wanted to do this? Jealousy. That's it? That's all I could think of. Okay, when you guys left the MGM, where did you go to get dressed? Okay, at your hotel? Suge's house. Suge's house? Is that somewhere here in Vegas? In Las Vegas? I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay. And how many people in your group went to his house? I can't count. A couple of cars. Okay. And once you got dressed, where did you go? On our way to the club. Which club was that? 662. Is that what brought you up here on Las Vegas Boulevard? Yeah. And when you got to the Flamingo, what did you guys do? Stopped at the corner and they started shooting. Okay, you talking about back at Flamingo and Covo? I don't know, whatever street that is down there. Were you in the car with Mr. Alexander and the other two gentlemen? Yeah. Okay. And where was your car in comparison to your brother's? In back of him. Were you guys stopped at a light? Is that why you were stopped? Yeah. What kind of vehicle was the suspect in? A white caddy. Do you have any idea what year it was? Uh-huh. It was the newer one. It was the new, was it? Uh-huh. Was it a newer or older one? A newer one. Could you tell if it was a two-door or a four-door? I'm not sure. But you sure it was white and that it was a newer one? I think it was a four-door. Could you tell if it had tinted windows? No, I seen bodies. How many people do you think was in the car? 4. You pretty certain of that? Yeah. Could you tell? Black, white, Mexican, black. Could you tell about any hairstyles or any of them? I'm not sure. But you sure it's white and that it's a newer one? I think it was a 4-door. Could you tell if it had tinted windows? I think I had that fight. No, I seen bodies. How many people do you think 4? How many? No, I seen bodies. How many people do you think were in the car? 4. You pretty certain of that? Yeah. Could you tell if they was white, black, Mexican, black? That's the same one. No. Did you see anything? Did they say anything as they pulled up? No. What happened when they pulled up alongside your brother's car? They pulled up and started shooting. I seen the gun and I heard shots. Okay, where did you see the gun at? Out the window. Which window? Front or back? It's hard to tell. I believe it was the front though. The driver's window? So there was just one gun as far as you could tell. Yeah. Could you tell what kind of gun it was? No. Could you tell what color it was? Black. You couldn't tell if it was a revolver or you couldn't tell if it was a revolver or automatic automatic. You're certain of that. Uh-huh. What makes you certain of that? Because I seen it. And you think it was the driver shooting? Either the driver or someone shooting from the back out the front window. Could you see the arm of the shooter? It looked dark. You say dark skin or yeah, dark skinned. Okay. It wasn't a fair skin. Huh? What is that? Huh? Could you tell which arm it was, left or right? No. Is there anything about his car you could tell me about that's going to help us out at all? No, besides that it was a white caddy. Besides it was a caddy white. would you be able to recognize anybody that was in the car? The driver. The driver? You got a close enough look at him? What was it about him that you recall? Brown skin, light skin, but not my light, not as light as me. According, okay. Did he have facial hair? Yeah. What? A little bit, a little mustache. I think his head was bald and he had a cap. Oh shit, he was wearing a cap. What kind of cap? A white cap. That's the same thing the girl said, bro. So that's consistent. Whoever did it was light skinned with a hat on. Orlando Ann said they had no motherfucking hat on at that MGM. A baseball cap, yeah. Could you tell what kind of shirt he was wearing? Was he wearing glasses? No. Is there anything else about this guy that's distinguishable? No, besides he looked like a bitch. I'm sorry? He looked like a bitch. Why'd you say that? Because he looks soft in the face. Anything else you can think about this guy? Nope, nothing else. Is there anything else you can add to this statement? No. This statement is concluded. You know how I just realized, though? Kadafi knew what Orlando Anderson looked like. They just fucked him up. He know what Orlando looked like. And wasn't Trayvon in the car with him too? Kadafi would have known if it was Orlando. He'd have been like, yo, that's the nigga we just fucked up. If he seen him and he said he looked like a bitch and he light skinned, he said, that's not Orlando, bro. This is why somebody probably killed him, because he got to identify the killer. That's all they statements. I'll let y'all read all these statements. Y'all seen it. That's the original court documents. I mean, police statements. You know me, I ain't gonna come up here with no cap. I'm gonna bring you the receipts.